Welcome back, everybody. Dungeness crab from Pike Place Fish Market. Let's make crab cakes. It's been a lifelong goal of mine to make it to Seattle's Pike Place Market, and more specifically to the Pike Place Fish Market. The mongers there have it going on. They're throwing the famous fish, the salmon. They have octopus, halibut, everything. But today we got the Dungeness crab. Of course, these come out of the waters of the Pacific, and I want to make some delicious crab cakes. I live in Colorado's Rocky Mountains, so this is all new to me. I've eaten a lot of crab cakes in my life, and I've seen Blackstone Betty and Chef Nate and many other famous cooks make crab cakes. Let's do it. I've watched enough YouTube tutorials. We need to get in there and pull that part out. I washed this inside gill part out in the sink, and I'm told that we need to go underneath here and pull this apron off like so. Fold it over and supposedly split it in two. What? What could be easier? Remove that big pincher and the other legs. Let's break that claw apart. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we should be able to pull out beautiful pieces of meat. And now for the body, just pull that and get any meat that we can away from the shell. And there's some really nice big pieces inside there. This is very labor intensive. I do know in part why crab meat costs so much. And there is the fruit of my labor. And through the magic of camera work and convenience, took the liberty of buying an extra 1.5 pounds that was already shelled. We're up near Gold Bar, Washington in the Cascades, right along the river. It's gorgeous. So I have the Blackstone 14-inch camp griddle with a side burner and hopefully everything we need to make delicious crab cakes. Starting out with bell pepper. Slice up some bell pepper. Today we have an orange and a red bell pepper. Gonna dice these up into little pieces. And an onion. Gonna dice this up just about the same size. Let's fire up the griddle side. One of the things I really love about the camp griddles is you're not sacrificing quality when you're going from the back porch out to the woods, but I guess I'm on the back porch out in the woods right now, but you get the point. We're gonna get ready. We have a little bit of avocado oil. Then we can get to sauteing our veggies. Veggies looking good. We're gonna pull these and let them cool off for a few minutes. Cleaning the camp griddle is super easy. I actually left my scraper at home, but the scraper is made out of the same plastic material. I hesitate to even say the word scrape. As you can see, we're just lightly moving everything back there towards the grease cup. And even though these are pre-seasoned, you're not seasoning them. Just grab a paper towel when you're done, being careful. It is super hot, and that's how easy it is to clean the griddle top on the Blackstone camp griddle. 2 large eggs cracked. I may or may not have cut a few shells in there. About 3 tablespoons of mayo. A teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce from what just might be the world's largest bottle. I'm just eyeballing this. Picked up some really sweet seasonings at the Pike Place Market. Northwest seafood seasoning. You can use Old Bay. I know Betty would be all about the Old Bay. You can use salt and pepper. Some people like to have celery seed in there. A really nice mixture. I tried it last night. Celery seed, oil, garlic. There's lemon, onion, pepper, and all that good stuff. So at least a good teaspoon of seasoning, but don't ask me to measure it because I don't measure anything. And now the crab meat. I'm doing these pretty darn large. I want these to be at least a 1/3 pound. Plenty of crab meat in there. And some panko breadcrumbs, maybe up to 3/4 cup. You go to some restaurants and they have way too many breadcrumbs. Obviously more breadcrumbs than crab, not good. So predominantly you want this to be crab meat, and then we're using the egg and the breadcrumb to help the crab cakes to form and stay in a cute little patty. My sautéed onions and peppers, which have now cooled off, and some market fresh parsley. Oh my goodness. The produce markets at Pike Place were incredible. They were so helpful, and what a pleasure it was to walk around there and get all the ingredients that we're going to be using here. Into my mixing bowl. Feel free to season to taste if you want a little extra. Now we're gonna gently mix this up. As you can see, crab meat is the #1 ingredient. 75% crab meat, at least. The other 25% is everything else. I'm gonna add a little more breadcrumbs because I noticed this seems a little more wet than it should. There we go, I think we're in business. Time to make our crab cakes. This is messy, so I like to use parchment paper, wax paper or parchment paper. Try your best to make them similar size. We're gonna take these inside to the refrigerator, maybe an hour or two. You could do them overnight if you're gonna cook these the next day. They need some time to tighten up in the fridge. And as I mentioned earlier, I had red and orange bell pepper. This is the batch that I made a few hours ago, so we didn't have to literally wait around for 2 hours. Fire up my griddle again, grab some avocado oil. Gonna basically shallow fry these in a little bit of oil. The parchment paper should help these stay together a little more. Gonna make a little lemon aioli, some lemons from the market. Gonna try to zest these up. Nice tart flavor. Chives from the market. The guy from the produce market went back in the cooler and got me the freshest chives. We'll cut my lemon in two, and a nice juicy lemon. We should be able to get plenty of lemon juice. You could go in with a little salt or pepper, but I'm gonna use this stuff again. Just mix this up, and aioli is basically just a flavored mayonnaise. Time to flip. We'll just kind of form them back together if we have to. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful. It's going for that second one. Oh yeah, really nice. The refrigerator seems to have done the job there. It's helping the crab cakes to stay together. Gonna move the temperature down to low so we can make sure these stay warm all the way through. The outside's looking perfect. We don't want them to burn. Shallow frying is the way to go. If you need to add a little more oil, go ahead and do it. I'm salivating over here. I think they're ready. 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Oh man, the refrigerator definitely did the trick, made everything hold together really nicely. The edges are perfect. I'm gonna see if we can just shingle these on my cutting board. I'm probably the only Blackstone Griddle pro that says shingle. I always say, let's shingle my quesadillas. Am I starting a new term? Let me know down below if you're a shingler. Take a look at that. Oh my goodness, I have been hungry for crab cakes. I get them whenever I can, anytime I'm at the ocean, Baltimore, Boston, but it's been several years and I am hungry. I have to get in there and give it a try. Oh man, I am excited. They look spectacular. I'm joined by my camera person, who just so happens to be my beautiful wife. Today is our 18th wedding anniversary. Do we know how to have fun or what? So we're having a great time up here in the Pacific Northwest. We'll take a regular bite first. A little bit of the aioli. You don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes, but it takes several hours for us to film a video like this. A couple of hours, especially with making the crab cakes ahead of time. Taste of the lemon in there, so good. The big pieces, the big lumps of crab meat. Look at that. Oh, mamma mia. You can just see those big old pieces of crab meat. The lemon aioli with the chives. Definitely the winning ticket. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll put the recipe up at blackstoneproducts.com. Make sure you're watching all of my friends on the Blackstone Network because we have so many shows. And until next time, this is Todd and my wife, the brains of the operation, my beautiful bride, Kim, from the beautiful Pacific Northwest in Washington. Praise the Lord. Pass the crab
cake. Are you saying just crab cakes or are you saying Pacific crab cake? What are you calling them?
Crab cakes.
Okay.
Okay. Until next time, praise the Lord and pass the crab cakes.